Hello again and welcome back to the channel, and today we have an interesting turn of events following my previous video that highlights the overreaction on social media against the idea of Eminem and Kid Cudi collaborating. This is the difference between hot and cold, and towards the latter part of the video I have more on Revolt TV and a coincidence to reveal that made its way into Eminem's latest verse. Those of you who've been subscribed will find this interesting, so stay tuned for that one. As always, hit the subscribe button if you're new here, turn on notifications, and find me on social media at ETLifestyle_web. So first things first, as highlighted in my previous video, the narrative before now was that Eminem will ruin Cudi's song with fast raps, and this was coming from people who most likely only heard Rap God and Godzilla, and thought all Eminem did was rap fast. And now that the song has dropped, it is all stellar reviews across the board with egg on their faces, and I'll share some reactions to this and explain why it's like crickets in the daytime at the moment for Eminem detractors. One of the popular posts states, the way Eminem floated on this Cudi record and got all his lyrics off without yelling and screaming. Last two albums plus these recent features, dude found his jump shot again. It's time for bad meets evil, and I'll expand on the second part of the tweet. What you need to understand is that Revival's narrative is still following Eminem to this day on social media, because the MSM's coverage of that one was overwhelmingly negative. It has stuck even after Eminem dropped Kamikaze and Music to be Murdered By, and most Eminem detractors are stuck in that timeline. Reception on social media has been stellar for the song, and the transition between the verses has been praised by many. A user states, "Was I the only one who thought Kid Cudi was still rapping when Eminem's verse was on? It took me a minute to realize the difference between their voices. That's how smooth the transition was. I noticed immediately, but I get it, how the continued flow pattern deceived some people." One user expanded on this stating, "I'm glad I wasn't the only one, LOL. And if it was the same for you, tell us below." It's egg on the faces of those that trashed this yesterday, and fans are rubbing it in at the moment, a user states. They didn't disappoint, and M proved everyone wrong. Another one, where are the haters? M and Kid Cudi went off, and some just state how this exceeded their expectations. That was actually a lot better than I expected. This is the top trending song on Twitter in the United Kingdom at the moment, thanks to overwhelmingly positive popular posts praising the song. Eminem and Kid Cudi on the adventures of Moon Man. Fam, Eminem is the GOAT, period. These are just two of many popular posts at the moment, and those who claimed they'll skip Eminem's part yesterday have moved the goalpost to, "I'm too busy listening to Juice WRLD," but wherever they go, they'll find Eminem. Eminem talked about Juice WRLD in his interview with Crook, and guess what guys, this made its way to Juice WRLD's latest album.
Shout out to Juice too, man. Like, yo, that kid was so talented, man. He, like, his freestyle he did on Westwood where he rapped for an hour, like, what the? To be so young.
So all the detractors that claim they would rather listen to Juice WRLD's album will have to skip that interlude since Eminem's on it. Crook has reacted to a post on this stating, "Yeah, I cleared that clip because it was for the culture. That's how we are supposed to operate." And Crook continues his winning streak on Twitter. And the song has hit #1 on iTunes in the United States. Revolt TV tweeted about Eminem's verse on the new track, and some didn't miss the opportunity to poke some fun at the network, following the fact that they tried to spin the narrative to paint Eminem as the bad guy weeks ago. A user states, "Revolt, are you pregnant? The mood swings are all over the place." And now we head over to the coincidence in Eminem's new verse and the previous video I did. On this channel, I've been calling Button Snaky Joe for a while, and this is me from a video recently about Joe Button's reaction after Bang's original verse leaked. I know Eminem will always remember, no matter how much a snake sheds skin, it's still a snake. As you heard, I expanded on Snaky Joe's name with that quote about snakes, and I said Eminem won't forget, and what do we get on Eminem's latest verse? A section alluding to Snaky Joe. Eminem links this to Medusa from Greek mythology about a monster with snakes on its head like hair. So a head of snakes in that bar is a homonym for a head of snakes like Medusa. And in the mythology, Medusa turns those who look at its face to stone, which links to the bar, the real ones never stray. So what do you think of the quick change on social media? Once again, Eminem has proved his critics wrong, but as expected, they are quick to forget and will go back to their old ways in no time. Also share your thoughts on the song, did you like it? Tell us below, like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.